something you're grateful for?
Writing down my goals for 2022. I realized I already knocked out like 2 out of my 5 for 2022, so I'm grateful for that, man.
Yes, sir. Love it. Document everything. That leaves me what I'm grateful for. I got to spend some time with my pops this past weekend and just got to just be around him, and it's cool to get to know him more, get a little bit more deeper, right? So, monthly recap. We had a record-breaking month. Let's give it up for the whole team. So a couple highlights, guys. This is this is amazing. I mean, we just broke a record last month, 178K in premium. We break that record by what? 30,000? About 30,000. Lots to be proud of. This is what we're capable of, and we're showing it. I'll show you guys the leaderboards here in a little bit, but we obviously can't go very far without pointing out the huge elephant in the room, Isaiah, with almost 80 items. He's 21 items away from the Century Club, which is something that we haven't had yet. And so when that happens, Craig Wiggins, they actually have a trophy that they made that they send out whenever somebody in your team does that, right? So I wasn't sure if we'd ever get to ask for that award, you know what I mean? But I'm pretty stoked to be able to get to request that someday, and I hope that we get to request multiple of them. You know, so when we finished our month off yesterday, I sent a group text to all the top dogs, and I'm like, make some room at the GOAT table. Send them just a group text, just kind of highlighting you guys and everything we did this month. So also. Not only did Isaiah dominate, but AJ, 52 items. Let's give it up for him. This is the first time in the 50 item club, right?
Yes.
Let's go. When you get your your 1-year trophy, you're gonna get 50 item club on it now. So kudos to you, sir. And then of course Jacob, 35K, 45 items. Give it up for Jacob. Saul, did we get a PR?
No, my PR is I think 45. Also close.
45.
45
okay.
items, yeah.
45. Okay. It might be 33 or 32, but either way, give it up for Marisol. And then Lee, 20K, 30 items. He had a hell of a Friday. Where's Lee at? You had a hell of a Friday. So give it up for Lee. Jake, 9K, 13 items. Ray, 11 items, 7K. And Vasa, 7,300, 7 items. It felt like it was a shorter month. Well, this month is one of the longer months of the year. We got 23 business days. I have a feeling we're going to outdo this. And so, again, everybody, fantastic job, amazing job. So, monthly stats. Let's take a look at the stats. All Webley's doing what it always does, 67 items. 67 items, 43K, personal referrals, love to see that number up. EverQuote, 33 items. Insurance partners, that's definitely a huge increase. Google, thank you guys for getting your Google reviews. I know that we made a little stretch there to increase that number, and you guys did. So thank you for that. And look, it's paying off. Cross sells, 22 items. Winbacks, 22 items. Customer referrals, dealership referrals, just a lot of activity going on there. So lots to be proud of. Yeah, I'm just gonna. There's a lot going on here. Let's just highlight a couple of the biggest things that stand out to me. AJ with the most quotes. So let's give it up for AJ with the most quotes. AJ with the most talk time. So let's give it up for AJ with the most talk time. And then let's give it up for Lee with the highest amount of calls. This is no stranger here. I mean, I love to see that that Lee always puts forth a lot of hustle, a lot of effort. So I'm happy to see that. As far as other successes in talk time, Marisol's over 3 hours on average. That's amazing. And And then there's definitely some opportunities with everybody not named AJ Marisol as far as talk time is concerned. I know that Isaiah, I know that you do a lot of work on your cell phone and things like that. So definitely you may have over 3 hours, but it's hard to tell. We're only going with what we're able to track. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Give it up for our outreach team, guys. I would argue that just them as a part of our system has drastically changed the way we've been seeing success, right? Because with their efforts, it takes so many amount of calls for us to be able to get a hold of these people, especially in a time where people are not answering their phones, right? And then these phone companies know how to filter out through telemarketing and stuff like that. And so with the world kind of changing, having them makes your guys' job so much easier, and I don't think you guys realize that. And so, so Jay, Andy, Caden, John, thank you guys. Thank you guys for your effort. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Jay with the most transfers, 350. He averaged 17. Caden, 313. He also averaged 17. Andy and John averaged 12 and 10. Definitely some opportunities there. And then Jay, the total calls, it looks like Jay, you have the least amount of calls and the most transfers, so you're skilled, right? So if you wanted to increase your transfers, you just make more calls, right? Caden, holy cow, 8,000 dials. That deserves some recognition, just his level of hustle. Caden, good job. Andy, close to 6,000. John, 6,500. So certainly have some opportunities there, outreach team. We've got to at least get over 20, right? Jay and Andy were able to do this particularly easy last year. And just because we have more of you, doesn't mean that we should not be getting 20. Of course, sales team, this means that there's some accountability on your end too, right? We need you guys to pick these transfers up. On top of everything, I know that we ask a lot of you, right? Getting personal referrals, building partnerships, and things like that. But they are a key piece to our success. And I honestly think that we would not be seeing these results, this success, if it wasn't for implementing this whole telemarketing system. So you guys are appreciated, outreach team. Thank you guys. Let's go to the next slide. Close rate. So this is something I'm excited to go over. Isaiah's close ratio, 25%. Holy cow, that's amazing. I think a large part of that is he's being very resourceful. When you quote your friends, right? When you quote people that trust you, it's easier to close them. When you quote internet leads, it's harder to close them because they don't trust you, right? So when you're quoting your friends in your personal circle, they know you, so they feel comfortable with you. You cut the rapport building process in half, right? So you don't have to you don't have to work as hard to get their trust. Isaiah, 25%, that's amazing. Jacob, you're used to being close to 20%, right?
Yeah, 15 to 20%.
15, 20%. Still really good. AJ, 15%. Marisol, 12%. Lee, 10%. Jade, 6%. Ray, 4%. So obviously Jade and Ray, you guys are newer. This number needs to increase as you guys get more accustomed to what we do, right? This number increase, so basically, if you quote 100 people, right, you're only going to close 4 of them. Whereas if you look at, let's just use, AJ, if AJ closes 100 people, he's going to close 15 of them, right? So kind of what I told you early on, Jade, is what you guys lack in skill right now, you have to make up through the numbers until the skill can catch up. Does that make sense? And so that goes for all of you, for all of us. As a matter of fact, it's not, it's until that skill catches up, we got to make it up with effort. Okay. This is something that I'm so excited and pumped to see. Let's give it up for our service team. So Michelle with 8 cross sells? Okay. Love to see this. This is something that we're going to need moving into the future. This is another big piece of our success this month, is having our amazing service team helping us with cross sells. So, so this is, you know, this might be, I might not be showing it, but I'm like really stoked about this right here, guys. So let's move to the next slide. All right, guys, so for standard auto, we finished in Durango 4th, Sahara 21st. You know, as we look at these numbers, in my mind, I'm like, we could easily finish number 1, right? But with the way we separated business, not separated, but the way we closed business, we were able to still finish both offices in the top practically 20 in the region. This is amongst 3 states, right? Nevada, Idaho, and Oregon. So lots to be proud of there. And then as we look at homeowners, we finished 6th. Sahara was unranked. I'm not too mad at that. I mean, 23 home policies, that's something to be proud of. And then as we look at total items, we were only 6 items away from being number 1. And then if you look at Sahara, 13th. So that is something to be proud of, guys. For renters, we finished 1st and 2nd, right? For the fucking goats, man. We can't stop. You know what I mean? So it's pretty funny to see that. However, something that we definitely need to improve is umbrellas, guys. We're unranked. I don't even think, did we close any umbrellas last month? I don't think so. So that's something that we certainly have some opportunity in, and it's just a matter of quoting it. I think it comes with quoting it. So the more we quote, the more we'll close. It just kind of goes without saying. So let's move to the next slide. You guys have it. You gotta notice this.
That's why you did that. I literally filtered everything on my Instagram. I was like, you know what? Since last month, I'm gonna take everything out, archived everything, and he pulls this from one of my videos.
So the biggest thing that comes to mind here is that if this guy can do it, so can you. So Isaiah is a repeat champion. He gets a $200 repeat bonus. If he does it again next month, he gets a 3-peat bonus. After that, I'm not giving you. You might as well just restart it over and let AJ win or something. We'll figure something out.
Nobody's ever got to form us, though.
We'll figure something out, right? But let's give it up for Isaiah again, guys. Office things. So as you guys know, we're going to go over this on the next slide. And this is something that I should have done when I came out with the new comp plan. We're basically converting it to items, okay? And it's pretty closely aligned, like almost spot on, give or take a few items compared to the premium or the comp plan that just rolled out, okay? So, and the reason I had to change it to items is for this reason alone, right? The nature of this business is that premium is going to go up, right? I'll give an example. 2 years ago, Isaiah sold 63 items, and that was $45,000 in premium. Last month when he did 64 items, okay, 1 item more, that was $54,000 in premium, okay? So something that I have to watch out for, and it's something that every mega agency has converted over to either points or items, is because what I need to make sure you guys don't do is write less and still get more. Does that make sense? So if it only took you 30 items to get to 30K, when it used to take you 45 items to get to 30K, you're probably just going to settle for that, right? And so I'll go over that, what that looks like on the next slide. Let's go over a couple other things. I wanted to touch on our cell phone policy, guys. So I'm pretty chill when it comes to like being on your guys' phone, right? I don't care if you guys are on your phone, right? Like I'm just gonna use Jacob as an example. He has his live streaming, right? He has this going on. He puts up how much premium last month? 37. I'm not mad at that, right? Do what you do, as long as it doesn't affect your performance, right? I also know that Jacob's, sometimes using his phones to get business. He's posting on his social medias, right? He's doing things like that. I'm not strict about phones. However, when it affects your performance, right, I think you ought to be off your phone, right? So I'm use Jay. If I'm Jay, right? If I'm not at 20, right, and Jay's constantly on his phone, he should probably put his phone away, right? Would you guys agree? I got goals. I got performance objectives, right? Like I have certain, not getting to 20 transfers is a big deal, right? So I just wanted to reiterate this, guys. If you're not using your phone to get business, probably have your phone away, okay? And again, I'm super chill when it comes to that because I'm just trusting that we're doing what we need to do. And I don't want to micromanage. That's not my style. But if we're going to keep up this momentum, in order for me to help you guys continue to reach your goals, Vasa to help you continue to reach your goals, you got to be here. You got to be present, okay? Be where your feet are, right? You can do everything else when you guys get home or get off. When you're at home, don't think about here, right? Like, be there. So that's kind of my rule there. All right, we do have training with Joseph this Friday, 9 a.m. We get him twice this month, so this is going to be just very helpful for getting us continued training. And then, of course, tomorrow we have some guy flying out. He's going to enroll us all in our dental, our health insurance benefits. For those of you guys that have been here for at least 90 days. Of course, he's going to give me the blueprint to how to enroll you after the fact for those of you guys that haven't been here for 90 days. So, but tomorrow's the day, so if you try not to call in, right? Try to be here. It's just something I've always wanted to do for you guys, to be able to offer that, right? Now, if you're young, like Caden, right, and you're still on your parents' plan, don't unnecessarily take advantage of it, right? Your parents' plan is probably better, right? So stay on that one, right?
You're 26.
Literally.
Basically,
Yeah, I used to love my mom's plan, man. It was nice. So that's happening tomorrow. We're going to be bouncing between offices. So just be ready for that. I don't know what it entails, but more to come on that. And let's move to the next slide. Okay, this is what the items that we were referring to. Okay, so I've closely aligned it to what it was. Okay, I even had Lee right there with me to go over this. So again, instead of it being 20,000, 25,000, 30,000, if you break down the average premium, which is about 700, this is what you're going to get. So nothing changes. Isaiah did notice that there's like a 3-item difference right here. He was giving me a hard time about it yesterday. And I'm like,
I didn't make this.
yeah, there's a 3-item difference. He ended up getting it this month, but like I said, I will tell you that from about here on, if you guys really want to crunch the numbers, that's what you guys will find that it's give or take a few items. But have this up on your desk. It's not as easy, 20,000 the next year, 25,000, 30,000. This one you might want to have this up at your desk so you know exactly where you need to be. Does that make sense? Let's go to the next slide. We're still doing the PR SPiff, so if you guys beat your number in items, then you guys will get a bonus. Looks like Jacob's at 48, AJ's 52, Marisol's 45, Lee's 35. Jade and Ray, you guys need to get over 25K before the PR. Before you guys get a PR, right? Because at this point you'd be like, 17, I hit a PR, 18,000, or so that's kind of the deal with that. Let's move to the next slide. So we got Marisol 30, Jacob 30, AJ 35, Lee 30, Isaiah 70, Jade 16, Ray 20, and we got our yeah. I think Andy's number is wrong. I think he committed to 25.
Yeah.
I didn't see a commitment on there.
Okay. So we'll update that. Cool.